Well, about 2 years after that, I got a call from a lady, and she said, I saw your display over at the movie theater. She said, I like your pictures of the kids that you do. And I said, great, I'd love to, you have a child? She goes, yes, I have a little new baby. I'd like you to photograph my baby. I said, I'd love to. Let's set a time for you just to come by, and we'll talk about it. And she said, I don't want to come by and talk about it. I just want to come by and take the picture. Now, I'd drawn a little line in the sand for myself. Am I going to do this business right, or am I going to just do it? I decided I was going to do it right, or I wasn't going to do it at all. I said, I'm sorry, that's not the way we do it. Because I want to get to know you. I want to get to know your child. I want you to see what we're doing. I want you to see the kind of things. I want to talk about clothing. I want to talk to you and plan the session. She said, I just don't have time for it. I said, thanks, call somebody else then. And I hung up the phone. About an hour later, she called me back. She goes, you know what? I got to thinking about it. I like what you do. I'll come by. So we set up a time. We came by. We talked about it. We scheduled the appointment. About a week later, she came in to do the photography. The morning of the photograph, she called and she said, I think I'm going to have to cancel. I said, why? She goes, because Kyle has got a mosquito bite on his face. He's been scratching, and it's kind of raw and red. Well, in the old days, I was like, oh, thank God somebody called. Yeah, cancel. I can get some work done now and go back to Photoshop, get some real work done. But I said, look, is it really bleeding? She said, no, just kind of red there. I said, look, I've got some cover-up makeup we can use, or we can retouch it out. Just not a big deal. I've already got the camera room set up for you. Come on in. So she came in. We did the pictures. Turned out fantastic. Now, one of the things we used to do in our studio was we let everybody, all the staff would look at the photographs, every photograph that went through, and everybody would put a little index card, and they said Doug's favorite, Mary's favorite, Susie's favorite, and we would just stick it in the folio when they would see it. So everybody picked this one. And so little Mary, who put the folios together, she goes, this was the one everybody picked. She said, I like this one because it looks like Kyle's praying. I said, yeah, it kind of does. So the mother came, picked up the pictures, and she loved them. This is just simple window light. That was on Monday. On Thursday, I get a call from Carolyn, my manager, and she said, did you see the papers? I said, what? She goes, Kyle died. I said, you're kidding me. No way. She goes, it's in the paper. So the funeral home was right down the road from me. So I don't know about you, but I don't do very well at funeral homes talking to people. But I had to go. She had told me that they had just moved to town. They didn't have any friends there. So I went back to the funeral home, walked in, the door was closed. They said, they're in there with the baby. You can't go in now. So I went back and paced. I had to go back. So about 30 minutes later, I went back. I walked in. I'll never forget this as long as I live. I look over, and Kyle is in the little casket over there. Mom and Dad are right here sitting in on each other's arms crying, and 2 or 3 people are walking around. And I was walked up and kind of put my hands behind my back like that, and I just stood there. And finally the father looked up, and I put my hand out and I said, hi, I'm Doug Box. I photographed Kyle. And the mother jumped up and put her arms around me, and she said, that's all we have left. That's all we have left. And what went through my mind was, how would I feel today if that morning when she called to cancel that appointment, I'd have said, yeah, great. I got some work to do.